Good morning, everyone. It's March the 29th, 2024. Today I want to brush up on something I feel that I should just address shortly. And people sometimes wonder why I put all the different things on crime and stuff, not just the homeless people. Well, I think being well briefed and updated on what's actually going on in this world that's turned upside down and inside out after the pandemic, I think it's good for people to understand and get update with what we're seeing, because there's so much coming at us right now. And one of the ways I describe going through the pandemic for myself was like, I feel like in a way I'm like Alice in Wonderland, that I'm on one side of the looking glass, and that's just prior to the pandemic. And then I'm walking through the looking glass, which of course is the pandemic, and then walking out on the other side of the a looking glass and looking at this supposed to be a wonderland. And what kind of a wonderland did we just walk into? Because this is not what we recall before the pandemic. I mean, yes, we had our problems, but it just seemed to be everything ended up turning out to be under the magnifying glass, and just everything exploded on us. So I think it's very important that we keep together, and I try to take things that I see and group them together, because the crime, the homelessness, definitely the shortage of housing, everything is all linked with one another. And it's like a domino effect, and this is what's happening. It's going down in a domino effect. And of course, we haven't even got enough people to settle the problem. So this is what I'm bringing forward. And I guess I must have missed something. And I always enjoy my comments from people. And I just wanted to bring us a comment forward from one of my viewers, because I guess I forgot to address something, and she also brought this up to me. So her comment was, yes, they follow FedEx trucks and grab packages. And my response to her was, crime is seen in so many forms today. There is so much crime today, it's on overload. And then she sent back a comment, thank you. And then I sent a comment back to her, you are so right. I saw that video too on packages being stolen. I just wonder, with crime on overload, how long before it all short circuits itself completely out. So this is one of the things I just wanted to bring forward, that why I do what I do, because I think people well educated and knowing what's going on today, we're going to be able to handle this better as people understand what's actually transpiring today. But another thing I wanted to bring up was last week I saw this on a petition started by the landlords. Is now circulating and is over 31,000 signatures to change the format to automatic evictions for non-payment of rent, and people would not get to go before the board to plead their case. If this happens, tenants would be losing more of their rights. Now, this also brings up just how much rights would we lose on this if something like this goes through. Is this going to set a precedence as not only for non-payment, because there's many different reasons why people have non-payment for rent. I suspect a lot of it today is the high cost of inflation today. So it's getting to the point, well, do you pay your rent, or do you pay for food, or do you pay your bills? Because people are so short today. So this is one major problem there. And the fact that the landlords, and look at the price tag of the apartments as well as any rentals, people are having fun with right now, trying to balance it all together. And then there's other people that are taking advantage of this and just not paying it and trying to skip out. And it's coming forward now that the landlords is costing them thousands and thousands of dollars. Well, maybe one of the ways they could do it was reduce the rent so people could afford the rent again, and at least that might help people happy while we're going through this crisis at the moment. So, but does this also mean, if that goes through, that people who are on drugs, people who are actually disturbing other tenants and things that I've described in my videos to you, does that mean it's going to be an easier way to actually evict people? So it might also have a good component in it as well as a bad component. So it's like you have to weigh the pros and the cons of everything. So that's an interesting thing for everyone to follow as well. And also, I was seeing in the national news that they also, the encampment in Vancouver, I believe it is, they have disbanded and the encampment due to the smell, as the reporter reported, the garbage and the rats, also seen by the reporter, that has been very bad because of the smell, the garbage, the needles, everything's piling up in these encampments. So in this particular case, I understand what they did was they moved the encampment, moved everybody over another short distance. Now they're going to clean up the old encampment and then move everybody back again. But this is not a permanent solution. It's just moving one encampment to another encampment. We need to do something about making sure that these people who are in the encampments are following rules and regulations, whether it's the city has got to make sure that the garbage is cleaned up correctly, if they've got to make sure that they've at least got containers that they have to put them in, the garbage in, so the rats and stuff cannot get in them. So there's a lot of things I can see around that as well. And that's pretty much what oh yes, and then of course on the renters as well. I just want to go back to that for a moment. I know the federal government is now putting out some kind of a thing on the renters, and that to try and make it easier and better ruling and regulations, which they haven't come out with completely yet, but I'm looking forward to seeing what they've got to put on the board to deal with the renting crisis as well, for the tenants' rights as well. So this should be a very interesting thing, as I said, to follow. So I'm going to leave that there today. I'm just it's Easter weekend, and I want everyone to enjoy their Easter weekend. I know that's what I'm going to take as a couple of days off to enjoy my family and my grandchildren. And I've got one grandson who's very eagerly waiting for me, because I'm planning to take him to see the new Ghostbusters movie, just as we did. And this is what I'm saying as a senior as well, that what we can do is that time, that precious time that we can spend together is so important, because of that time that I was able to spend with my grandfather, and I have wonderful memories. So let's step up, everyone, and do the best we can to try and do things, whether you're an aunt, an uncle, an older brother, older sister. Take your little younger siblings, or your nieces and nephews, or your grandchildren. Take them out. Let them know that you're there for them. So this is where I'm going to leave it today, everyone. Have a safe weekend. Have a safe day. Watch your surroundings. And take care. And we'll talk to you again soon. And bye-bye.